dirt hurts.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I hope you're ready to rumble with Toph, the greatest Earthbender. When she enters, she earthbends, and that means she's going to be animating our lands based on the amount of mana spent on her, which means that if you cast her once, it's going to be a 4/4 land, or twice a 6/6 land, and also all your land creatures have double strike, which means that this deck isn't just a lands deck, it's an animating lands deck. We're going to be animating lands to give them double strike with the Nissas, with other earthbenders, and turning our creatures into lands or making land creatures. In this deck, yes, we are going to be ramping because that's what green does best. We're going to be doing some landfall as well, but mostly we're bending the earth beneath our feet and making it into a serious threat. In this deck, we're also going to be doing a little bit of searching for lands. I just decided to put in Sowing Micah Spawn and Primeval Titan for this because there's actually a one-turn single kill combo between Toph, yeah, you know, Toph, and Inkmoth Nexus. You turn it into a 4/4, then a 5/5, it has flying, and it has infect, so it wins the game all at once. And this deck, if you happen to have Toph die, that's fine, because the land will stick around. She helps you go wide and have a pretty well-protected attacker, since many removal spells just can't hit lands. So let's take Toph into the queue and bring this dirt to the hurt. Hey Bye, Forest Guardian is a 5-color Shrines commander. I can keep this hand. It's a little funky, but I don't mind a little bit of funk here. They are going to be playing all sorts of shrines that trigger other shrines. There are a new cycle of shrines in the Avatar set, and when this enters, it's just going to be getting the next shrine in their deck and throwing it into play. You can even play other enchantment synergies and enchantments that blink, like Teleportation Circle or the new, I think it's Airbender's Ascension. They all work pretty darn well. Do I feel like exploring or throwing down? I feel like exploring this turn. I'd like to draw a card and play a Misty Rainforest. And I'm probably using this to get a basic forest, so Ba Sing Se comes in untapped. Okay, they are getting many a color land. That's cool. Basic forest. Ooh. I think I'm going for Toph this turn. So I'm going to go Tireless Provisioner. Good, it landed. Ba Sing Se, that gets me a second mana. And I want to guarantee that I am hitting all my land drops. So this Renin 6 is in here for exactly that. Returning these fetch lands, so I always have more lands. Okay, they're killing the Provisioner, which, yeah, that's very fair. Renin 6 is also very good at sniping one-drops, whether they are Llanowar Elves or Ragavans. Renin 6 is good at dealing the 1 damage needed to take them out. They're reanimating my Tireless Provisioner. That's going to give them 4 mana so they can play Hey Bye or somebody else. And let's see which shrine they hit. Now, you can high roll and low roll. They got, I would say, a low roll. That is a Sanctum of Tranquil Light. Speaking of high rolls, there's my Inkmoth Nexus. If I wait a turn, I could get the lethal all at once. So I think I'm going to wait a turn for that. Yeah, that sounds good. This is the experience counter, like alternate commander Toph. We landfall, we landfall. We bring back the land. We'll see if they leave up mana for a tap. I don't think they will. Okay, They're attacking Ren in 6. That's fine with me. Displacer Kitten. Now that's a cool way to blink hey bye. All right. It's a nasty card. This card is ridiculous. Aang's Journey, not kicked, will get them just a basic land from their deck, but it will also get them just another shrine entering right now. And we're going to show our opponent how toxic we can be. Because I have this Inkmoth Nexus here to cause problems. Inkmoth Nexus in play. Toph, greatest Earthbender, hanging out with Toph, Earthbending Master. This gets haste. We pay 1. We make it fly. We also get to put, 3 more counters on it? So we're going to hit them for 14 poison damage, because this has Infect. And win the game. Yeah, you thought that this thing's just like a 1-1? No, it's a 7-7. GG. Dak Faden will be stealing my artifacts, or turning things into artifacts and then stealing them. Good news is that my deck actually has very few artifacts in them. And this hand does not have anything until turn 3, which is a little awkward against a Dak deck. So I'm going to throw it back. And, ooh, a turn 1 teeny tiny birdie. I like that. I'll use up my fetch land, even though I have some great landfall here, to make sure that I can get this out right now. I'll go for maximum fixing. And here's a bird. The game is like, you could murder Saz's Chocobo for lands. Yes, and I considered it. I did consider it. But I would probably do it on this turn. Oh no! My whittled chicken nug! Make him regret not doing it there. Alright, now I have a Lotus Cobra. Being asked if I go to any PAX events. I'm at PAX East every year, and I've been to PAX Unplugged once. I would love to go more. If you're wondering why not go more, it's hard to take time off because it's usually when, like, the fall set releases. Alright, Ice Till Explorer. Let's see if I can grab my fetch back. Nope, they're remanding me and my bug. Putting that back into hand. I'll swing in with the Cobra. Here's Dak. Now, Dak can also do some draw, discard things. My Dak deck, I have a good amount of draw and discard synergy, but I've seen ones that are fully based around, like, the draw 2 effect. But yeah, I'm worried about the stealing. At least my deck does not really play many artifacts. If it were the other Toph, we'd have so many Metal Bender. Then it a bug. Some of this. Some of that, one of these, one of those, one to use. We're getting mana. We got no manas. Casting a nice flare of cultivation. To grab a couple mountains, throw those into play. I'm ramping. They have 3 lands, and I have considerably more than 3. Also, Elf. I'll smack Dak. Keep him away from doing as much -2, and even further from his -6. They are in the colors of extra turns, which means that you always have to be afraid of, like, oh yeah, they can ult their commander just by, like, extra turn, and then steal all of your permanents by doing some broadly targeting spell. Yeah, I would love to go to more PAX events. I've also been to PAX West once. It's just, like, it's hard to take time off and travel. This is ramping? Oh yeah, it is. But we need to ramp, so we have lots of good lands to animate. I have a feeling that Chandra is going to take out the Ice Till Explorer. It was ice to meet you. And Fury! Removing my other 2 creatures, so they did exile Fiery Temper for that. Very fair. I can still kill both of these. It's just then I'm not doing really anything else this turn. but I think that that's the right move. I'll swing this here. Yeah, that can attack anything. So we have the goblin attacking Chandra. Now I have an extra goblin token for good measures. Yeah, getting rid of planeswalkers is important. I see them hovering over their graveyard, which I assume means that this is like a treasure cruise. Oh, yep, there's the treasure cruise. And they draw 3 cards for the low price of 1 mana. It's like an Ancestral Recall on a budget. Ooh, Rumble Arena! All right, I'm gonna lead with Hawk. See if this gets countered. Did not. Rumble Arena is going to get doubled. I also get to Scry too. And Skin Boo. That's pretty good against a deck like Dak. Playing Toph. Animating my Rumble Arena. It has Vigilance, which is it's so cute. They made an unblockable land and also a vigilant land in the Atlas set. That's some good Avatar right there. And I'm swinging in for... It was going to be 8 damage on the Rumble Arena, but I will settle for just 5 with the Goblin and the Rumble Arena. Hawk is getting bounced back into my hand. Alright, Dak. What's the move here? You've bolted my commander, or I guess impulsed it. Oh, Niv Mizzet. Drawing cards is going to get to deal damage to any target. I don't really draw that many cards in this deck, so I guess that's good for me. Am I just animating and swinging? Yes, I am. I would like the other Rumble Arena left up. I don't have enough mana to also animate the Mutavault. Well, I could, but like in the midst of combat. And since Toph has been cast 2 times, this is now a 6/6 double striker. That's lethal, dog. You can't block. Like, you gotta block the big one. And they're down to 4 life. It's a good bonk. It's a very good bonk. And we take them out. A lot of the bounce spells in these colors all specify non-land, which makes it a lot harder to interact with a bit of earthbending. GG, Dak. Toph, greatest earthbender. Hey, that's what I'm playing. This hand is a little too slow, so I'm gonna throw it back, looking for that turn 1 ramp, not finding it. Did find 2 creature lands, found the Ramanop, which lets me just keep getting this, but again, I really want that early card advantage, or just early cards. Ooh, this is tough. I do have 2 lands, and then I have nothing. I'm going to drop the Explore here, and I'll just draw a green source. Easy. Easy. I'll get there. It's fine. I'm on the draw, right? Yeah. So yeah, they're going to be doing the same thing as me, playing creature lands, probably ramping, things that animate their lands. Oh, they were really trying to make up their mind there. Okay, well, once I can get the Chocobo out, I can turn it into 2 lands. Carapact Intimidator. Congratulations on your 2 mana 4/3. So yeah, this Saz's Chocobo is just gonna get upcycled. I'm so sorry, Chocolina. I need that good green stuff, and that's how I get it. I did it, no sweat, no problem. Yeah, no problem. And also I have, I'll say a cheeky way to end the game quickly. This Ink Moth Nexus with Double Strike, if I make it into an 8/8, then I can make it into a, if I make it into a 4/4, then I can actually give it a base power and toughness of 1 with the 4+1/+1 counters, and it can kill in 1 hit in 1 turn. All you need is like the Toph Double Strike. So like I have a great way to come back here. It's just a matter of, am I gonna make it? Oh, hey, Besage. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for the Toph this turn or go for the lethal next turn. No, because I don't have ramp on this one. See, I'm gonna try it, and if they can kill this, they can kill this. And hopefully they can't kill Toph either. She sure does die to a lightning bolt. Ink Moth, a famously fair card. Oh yeah, so fair. So it looks like they're really leaning into some of these +1/+1 counter cards, which is great. Inti also giving trample can be really nice. Prop rotation. Hey, I thought about putting that in this deck for this. Yeah, you die if you get hit for 10 infect damage, and that's why Ink Moth is so nasty here. Okay, gut post-combat. I think we're good. All right, let me show you the magic of the Ink Moth. So I'm just going to pay 1. It is now a 5/5 flyer, and I will tack in, and there's a whole lot of nothing. It deals no damage, but it deals 5 poison, and then 10 poison. What a way to win with my nasty, nasty dirt. GG, Toph. Kuja. Genome Sorcerer. This is going to be Rakdos Wizards, and this hand would be great if I had just one more land, but I don't, so I'm going to throw it back. They're going to be making these wizard tokens. Then, once they have 4 total wizards, flipping over and doubling all damage from their wizards, which is going to mean a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of dead creatures on my side of the battlefield, and I'm going to get burned to death in just a couple spells. So I need to keep the number of wizards under control while I try to ramp my heart out and attack them with giant lands. Ooh, Harmonic Prodigy. That's going to double the end of turn trigger and all other, triggered abilities. Anything from a shaman or wizard. By the way, not many shamans probably in their deck. It's probably mostly wizards, since, you know, Rakdos wizards. There's still 1 mana off. Oh, cornered by black mages. Goodbye, Arboreal Grazer. They now have 2 wizards, and if they cast any non-creature spell, I'm going to take 2 damage from these. All right, getting a fetch land here is kind of nice. Let's double up the size of that Mossborn Hydra. And then double it again. I have a couple different choices here for who I want to play. Actually, Earthbending this turn doesn't do that much. So I could play this as just a slightly better blocker. I'm not going to be discarding since there's no instants or sorceries in my graveyard. And this will just let me Earthbend when I cast Toph. So I'll have a 5/5 instead of a 4/4. Slightly bigger land by doing this in the other order. Yeah, you don't have to cast like a non-creature spell or anything for this, Toph. It's just, hey, cast spells, it's good. Casting spells is good. I agree. Witch's Mark. Oh, wicked. Okay. I don't think I'd be blocking that since now it has even more prowess happening. Yeah. Like if they have a kill spell. I'll take it. What you got? Who are you killing? Hydra? Toph? I would probably kill the Hydra. All right, and who do I want to animate here? Probably Lair of the Hydra, since I can grow its base power and toughness. I have to manually tap here. We are going to Earthbend the Lair, then Earthbend it again, so it is now a 5/5 double striker, and I'm swinging in for 13. Nice. We love a good bit of double strike. All right, Kuja in play. They get 2 wizards in transform. And now they have plenty of chump blockers here. I don't have like a trample enabler or anything, do I? No, I don't. But I have a bit of ramp. And ramp is casting spells. Okay, so let's animate just a regular forest here. Yeah, that's fine. And this is also going to come in as a creature. And just swinging in with the bigs. Oh, actually, I just realized I should have attacked with everything because they only have 3 blockers here. And that would have been lethal. Because each of these is doing at least 2 damage. My bad. Pretend I do math. We can pretend. Double strike and haste is a nasty little combo, yeah. I like forgot. Oh yeah, all the lands can attack because they didn't enter this turn. And also Earthbending actually gives your lands haste to make sure you can still tap them for mana on the turn they come out. So let's see if I survive this turn since I missed my lethal. Yeah, I gotta go to Mathology College. Listen, I have the engineering degree. I already did my math. They push my mountain. That is notably not Earthbent, so it will just die. But so will I. GG, Kuja. Gulta Primal Hunger. The more power they have, the less their commander costs. Going as far as only 2 mana for a 12/12 with trample. I have weird mana here since Bossing Say will enter tapped until I have a basic, but I still have this Hobbit to play on turn 1, so I will. And I'm going to hope that I get another land so I can, I don't know, play a Provisioner. Gulta, they're just going to be spitting out as much power as they can, which is a good way to win, because Green Stompy? Oh, I'm also green, but I'm not as big as them. Green Stompy can just win. Like, it can be too large. Burn spells can't take them out. I might be able to go wide enough to deal with some of their creatures, but, like, this can be a 3-mana 5/5. It's huge. There's a lot going on there. I could hit them with Toph stuff this turn. I could set up this Toph for that. Yeah, I think I want this. So we're going to go you, and you. And I'm going to animate the Karplusan Forest. And swing for 8. All right, we have lots of ramp on their side. So it's actually surprising seeing mana rocks used in a Gulta deck over just like mana creatures. But still cool. I don't have Toph into other things. We're going to go for the Tireless Provisioner. A land. Getting a treasure. Tappity-tippity. No, I want you to use that. Thank you. That gives my Karplusan Forest a trample ability. So it goes through. I am going to get a land that will trigger landfall. It's the Earthbent land is coming back. And we also get another landfall from this. I'll take a forest. Nice. So I'm going wide. That's like what I said before. It's like it's a good way to get through the huge green creatures. Many lands are a-fallen. An Uvenwald Oddity that's got hasting actually can give everything else haste if they pay 7 mana. It's a great card. Ooh, I'm not getting much through here though. And I don't have anything in the graveyard. I can just, like, Earthbend Bossing Say, though. Or, like, with Bossing Say. Let's play Toph. It costs 3, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And I'm just like trying to bully them into blocking. Maybe I should have gone for Pawk over the Toph. Yeah, I should have done the Pawk instead, because they'll probably block this to prevent me from getting 2 more lands. Yeah, because that would have gotten me just 2 copies of that up there. That's fine. I was like thinking, oh, well, maybe I'd be casting a spell instead. Now I got Bossing Say. I want to Earthbend. Elder Gargaroth, did you not get a land? Looks like no land, but yes, big thing. Oh, perfect. I will make it so everybody is land. Everybody here is a land creature. I'm not going to do a Shia into Pawk. I promise I'm nicer than that. So everybody here is now a land creature. And I'm going to swing in with all of them. They all have double strike. Thank you, Ashaya. They're going to gain life. They're not blocking with anybody else. Okay. Not all these are modified, but some of them are modified. And we'll win. Okay, cool. Goshen Tai of Life's Origin, another 5-color Shrines commander that's been very popular, just like Hey Bye. I have a red and 6 here, which I'm pretty happy with a fetch land because it will guarantee me getting lands every turn. Ooh, World Soul's Rage. Against Goshen Tai, how do I feel about that? I feel it's too slow. If they play like a mana dork that has 1 toughness, I have red and 6 to kill it. Like that, like this exact card. I'm gonna use the Scalding Tarn. Thank you. To grab a basic mountain. Wonderful. Ren and 6. Come out here and snipe that bird. Ren and 6 is very good at killing Llanowar Elf. And also just helping make sure that I keep getting lands back. It's kind of like a 2-mana Ramanop Excavator. Oh, more little weenies. So I guess this is enchantments and shrines. There's a shrine. There's just a regular good old enchantment. I feel like Spelunken. I think I do. This will allow my lands to come in untapped. I don't have to pay the 2 on the shock here. I can have it enter tapped. It actually enters untapped. Here's the Ozolith. Wonderful. I'm ramping. Sanctum of Stone Fangs and upkeep will drain me currently for 2, but the more shrines they get, the more it is. And this makes shrine tokens, which, eek. Alright. I have the Ashaya, which is really sweet with Toph. Trying to decide if I just want to, like, do 1 big swing this turn. Yeah. I'm down. And I'm cool to animate this. Swing for 8. You want to take 8? Nope, they want to chump block with that fairy. Next turn, I would like to Bristly Bill and Kodama to make this huge and trampling and potentially just, like, end them there. I can also use Ren and 6 to clear this out, but honestly, the trample and getting 2 more lands off it is way more damage. GG. The most intimidating creature from the entire Avatar set, it's Gran Gran. Gran Gran is a mono-blue tempo commander that allows you to use discard synergies because she draws and discards to filter your hand while maybe getting in some good hits. Gran Gran that I have run into has been, cute. It's cute. If it goes first, it's well supported by counter spells. It's a 1-drop, and they can absolutely get ahead of you using Gran. I personally also like the idea of Gran Voltron, and that is how I would like to build her. And before you say, well, Amy, are you gonna build Gran? Yeah, I might. Yeah, I might. I think it's fun. Freaking Gran. Y'all love Gran. I have to decide here who I want to play and what I want to play. I kind of like going for the traveling chocobo, but I also like the idea of just Saz's chocobo. And then 1, 2, enter the woods. This is to get 2 forest dryad creatures into play. They are just tokens. But they are land creatures, which is good for Toph. And also, they'll bring the Saz's chocobo up to 4 power, which is good for the Fanatic of Ronus. And I swing in for 4! And the Saz's chocobo is back in my hand. Never mind. Nothing ever happened. By the way, anything like Fading Hope and Unsummon does just like destroy your lands in these circumstances. It's very, very strong against Earthbending. Well, Gran, do you continue to crave violence? Umezawa's G. Oh my god, wait, is this actually Gran Voltron? You don't know how happy you've made me. They didn't get another unsummon effect. So I'll double block Gran. Umezawa's Judy is going to get 2 charge counters. They can use those to make things grow and make things shrink. Yeah, Gran's got a knife. Oh boy, does she ever. I think what I would be doing... Get this. Yes, okay. I'm going to go for Toph. I'm going to animate the Mutavault. Now that I have a 4/4, tap you for loadsy mana. Bird. And here, have a target for your Jide to destroy. Yeah, if you can give Gran the sort of wealth and power, because Gran got that WAP, then you've, I think, kind of like just, you've done the best thing you can do in the Avatar set. But Toph just didn't want to see that happen. What a hater. Another Dak Faden, who needs a bucket, apparently. I will keep this hand because I imagine I have some good counter spells, but mostly they have ways to steal my stuff. My artifacts! That I don't actually have many artifacts. Do I have any artifacts? That's just like not really what we're doing in this deck. But I know that they are in blue. They will have counter spells. They're going to be stealing things with that -6 and targeting things with spells. And of course, they can filter. Yeah, they're like, yeah, I don't need mana leak. I can't do it. I mean, you can counter non-legendaries. Or you can kill this. Yeah, abrading the Hobbit. Oh, my ramp. That's so sad. I'll explore. Okay, there's a Mutavault. I'm going to go for the Arid Mesa. I'm just sacrificing that. Surveilling. And I might actually, like, intentionally throw a land in the graveyard. No, that's the thing that makes lands. I like those. Hey, Dak. Vivi. I can deal 2 damage off a World Soul's Rage, which is not enough to kill Vivi. Still a nice way to ramp. Alright, so if I World Soul's Rage, X equals 2, I would need to draw a land. If I do X equals 2 on Awake in the Woods, then I'm more likely to be able to use a Tolly. I could also just, like, Toph here, but I don't think that's what I want. Awake in the Woods. 2 forest dryad lands. People are saying you also like crime. Yeah, I released a Dak deck last week. I want to say like last weekend. And it was one of those things where I hadn't done it right away because I was busy brewing Spider-Man. And also, I'm not that big on playing Planeswalkers as commanders. It's one of the things that when Brawl was first made, there were very few legendary creatures, so including the commanders, especially as like War of the Spark came out, made it a more like diverse format with more options you could play. But then, like, very rapidly, we started getting thousands of legends. Yeah, we get like 100 in certain sets, like Spider-Man. It's just like all legendary creatures. And at that point, it's like, oh, well, we don't need these anymore. Also, I hate planeswalkers. Are you gonna kill my little forest, Vivi? Vivi has 1 mana available. My sweet whittle land. Vivi, you wouldn't. Vivi, you would. Oh, they're not killing one, they're killing both. Fury comes down, they're gonna deal 2 damage to each, or like 1 and 3, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think part of it is that, like, there's a lot of interaction that doesn't work on planeswalkers. There are 0 cards in the entire Avatar set that reference planeswalkers because there's no planeswalkers in the set. And in general, in the universes beyond, they have not been putting planeswalker on cards. So, like, there's a good piece of burn removal that can't hit these, or a thing that, like, bounces permanents, and it will say, like, creatures, but not creatures or planeswalkers. It hurts. Okay, I think this is a Nissa turn here. Nissa, Vital Force. See if she resolves. They have 2 mana up. I will untap this Mutavault. And I could either use it to protect, but I'm going to use it to attack. I'm going to attack Dak Fade and try to get them to have to replay him. Nice. And they'll want to deal damage or get rid of this Nissa because her ultimate ability is just landfall, draw card. It's like Tatiova, but you can't get rid of it. So they're taking an extra turn. That's going to give them the ability to kill Nissa just by attacking her twice, or if they cast enough spells here, making Vivi big and then attacking her once next turn. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to go for. Nice Arius Flyby Trawler. That's some discard synergy. Brawl, that's going to be discounting spells. Somebody says they're excited for new Professor Onyx card. I mean, we're going to Strixhaven in like 6 months, I think. In like 6 months, that's the set we're getting. I wonder if they have another extra turn spell because they're not attacking with Vivi. Oh, hi, Edward. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy watching me menace the professor on Shuffle Up and Play. It's very fun. We all need hobbies. That's just one of mine. Yeah, so far they've had a good start. They have so much mana. That's 10 mana currently, and it's going to be more once they cast a non-creature spell. I'm very excited for Lorwyn, by the way. That's the next set that's coming out. I think it's going to be in like mid-January. And if anybody has questions about Lorwyn as a setting, especially as a new setting, feel free to ask. I read the whole world guide. And as many supplements as I could get. I'm trying to get the D&D book right now. I'm trying to avoid getting it without paying for it. Oof. That's a liquid metal coating. So you can take my Mutavault? Are you gonna take my Nissa? Yeah, liquid metal coating just lets them steal. Steal anything. It's the card you need to be afraid of. And they have it.
This artifact has a fascinating...
I think if they knew they were getting the liquid metal coating because they got it, they must have gotten off Arius attacking. Then yeah, they wouldn't have attacked her because they could have just like stolen her and ulted with her. What do I have? Not much. I think that's gonna be game. Yeah. Nice. Good game. They're gonna be able to plus and minus and minus and plus and plus and minus and minus and plus. And also Vivi's here. GG. Hey, bye, Forest Guardian. I don't have a lot of lands in this hand, but I do have a cheeky little Badger Mole Cub to turn one of my lands into something that taps for 2. Also could get Double Strike with Toph. I guess I'll still keep this. And they're going to be doing shrine stuff. I feel like I matched more into shrines than anything else with this deck. It's like shrines, and I think I've also matched into like 2 Dax. Yeah, I think I matched into 2 decks and like 5 shrine decks. It's okay. For anybody wondering, yes, I will be building a shrine deck soon. Or rebuilding, I should say, because I've done Goshen Tide. I'm going to do Heibai with like a bit of a Blink sub theme. I think it'll be fun. All right, so now I have 3 mana for next turn. Unless the Badgermole Cub gets blasted. Ooh, Green Sun Zenith. What do you get? What green creature? Noble Hierarch. Aww. I'm gonna start with the Explore. Nice, I did get a land. And I'll swing in for 2. I could save this for, like, the landfalls. I'd rather surveil to try to find a land. Good, good. That is a land. I needed those. By the way, Nissa also makes lands into creatures. I have not actually gotten to Nissa with Toph yet, so I'm excited to maybe make that happen. Yay. Ooh, and then they wouldn't just tap for green, green. They would tap for green, green, green. So that's good. So their first shrine is Saint of Tranquil. I feel like I've hit like 3 Heibais at this is their first one, which is kind of unlucky. All right, Nissa. Get my landfalls here. I wonder if I can hit a Nishaya. That would be real fun. There's the Ashaya. I can use Sowing Mica Spawn to get... I use Sowing Mica Spawn. I actually get the OTK with Toph. I can set that up, I think, for next turn. So I can do it all at once, like... No hiding. Alright, so let's grab those 2 lands. Not even using this landfall for anything. Yeah, I think this is a very good card. It is my favorite of the Tophs. I think Earthbender has the most interesting synergies, but I'm a punchy gamer. I like card that hit thing. And this is card that make land hit thing. Hey, what's going on? Uh-oh. Well, for anybody watching this as a recording, I want you to know that my internet just died. So, I also disconnected from the game, which is strange. Am I back in? That's so weird. It didn't show disconnected from game. It showed the game ending. Okay, well, we're back? That was so weird. I've never had that. I've had, like, disconnected from game pop up. I've never had nothing pop up before. Well, I've been having internet issues. Thank you, Comcast. You are terrible. And there's nothing I can do about them because they are internet issues. Yeah, you can call up your network provider and be like, "Hey, fix it." Even if you have a business plan, they'll be like, "Yeah, we're working on it. It'll take a day. It'll take 5 days." Yeah, we're back. We're back. Let's see if I can come back. That was a very quick reconnection, at least. Thanked him a fruitful harvest. Neat. Let's get my landfalls. And let's see if we can just end the game this turn. I believe I can. Same way I killed another Heibai. Sorry, Heibais. You are so sweet and cute and dead. Cool, an Elvish Mystic. We're gonna tap those forests. And then you for the red. I wanna like do it all here. I could have also used this. But I want maximum everything. Actually, wait. Tap you for red, untap. Animate. This now taps for 3. This also taps for 3. Summoning Micah Spawn. Landfall, by the way, is a mistake and should absolutely not be allowed to persist in such a form. It is very consistent, very frustrating, and has a lot of powerful redundancies to it that will make people not want to play against you. All right, so Inkmoth Nexus is now going to be a creature. It's going to be a 5/5 Infect Flyer. We've done this before. We'll do it again. And we go to combat. Now let's see if I can win the game here. They have 1 mana. They could Swords to Plowshares it. They did not. Okay, so they die because Inkmoth Nexus Infectious Schmexus. We win. Sorry, hey bye. You're a cute panda. Except for when you're not a cute panda and you're like a horrible monster spirit. GG. Gut True Soul Zealot is going to be sacrificing creatures and artifacts in order to make 4/1 skeletons. Gosh, this is an extremely risky hand. I could still keep it and like just do the big crazy ramp on turn 2. But it's like it's a cool hand if I do that, if I pull it off. All right, I'm going to mulligan. Yeah, I can't. I couldn't keep it. Arboreal Grazer. Let's get a land down. Yeah, Gut is very good at killing creatures of mine. And because they also have like mono red burn. This is a mono red aggro deck. So we are racing against that. Fenrir, let's get some red mana. Boop. Oh, Salem, thank you for the 78-month resub. So they got 2 red now. A ruby medallion. Okay, they're discounting it. They can also throw this later. Secret tunnel. No, don't tap the secret tunnel, please. I need to animate the secret tunnel. Toph's going to get an extra counter. Thank you, Fenrir. And I will swing in with the dog and the double striking unblockable 4/4. That was pretty good. Yeah, Gut's rad. But them not doing anything on turn 1 and like turn 2 doing this makes me a lot less worried. Because I feel that this is the kind of card that can be real troublesome. All right, so they're killing Fenrir, so I won't get to draw a card. Fable the Mirror Breaker is going to get them a Goblini. The Goblini makes treasures. By the way, you can like stack the triggers. So like you attack in, get the treasure, and then can sacrifice the treasure. Odama. I want more lands. Sup? It's a lot of damage, I know. Get a mountain. Bring them to 2. Sheesh. Yeah, we love trample. And play my Bird's O Paradise. Tweet, tweet. Now at 5 mana, it's the same. They play a land, attack with this. Oh, 6 mana, because Ruby Medallion. There is a board wipe that could clear out all my creatures. But then I can replay Toph, animate a land, and kill them. GG. Firelord Azula, going to be doubling spells that are cast during combat. Whether those are removal or extra turns that have been given flash, anything is possible with Azula. There's also just cards that naturally have flash that are very, very strong. I'm going to keep this hand because it's got a wee bit of removal in case of, I guess, turn 1 Ragavan. And also, we've got ramp and ramp that makes an animated creature, which is sweet for me. Chilling on my lightning bolt. Azula does not die to lightning bolt. She is a 4/4 with firebending too. These decks oftentimes have ways to give her haste in order to get her triggers, get that fire vending used all at once. If they didn't want an extra land, it'd never be me. Talisman of Dominance. All right, nothing boltable here. I could use it on their face. I am a fairly aggro deck. I'm just not that kind of aggro deck. Badger Mole Cub is decent for ramping. Emergent Sequence is also pretty cool since it just puts a land into play that's a creature. I'm actually going to go for the Emergent Sequence here first since I'm not getting any additional mana off the Badger Mole Cub this turn. By the way, if you can have multiple lands enter in a turn, this can get very large. 4 mana. Is it time for Azula, or are you killing my 4 little forest? Here's Azula. Oof, okay, so I can kill Azula here. But it would require both the Lightning Bolt and the Abrade. Okay, alright. I can do this, and ramp. I'm a woman of many talents. We Abrade. And if you're wondering why am I doing this at sorcery speed, the answer is because Azula is in blue and they could protect her. Okay. I have ramped. I got my little lava cub. This is good. This is good. Notably, this is Earthbend. This is just animated. It's a fractal. That is different because if this gets destroyed, it does not come back. It's just gone. But next turn, I have 2, 4, 6 mana going into the turn, which is enough for Boomy, which is enough for Toph. I kind of like Boomy. I have not gotten to cast my Boomies in this deck, which makes me sad. Oh, Edict. I get to choose one of the 3 here. I think I'll choose the mountain. The Earthbent Mountain. It comes back as a land, and now I'm still getting 2 mana off this. See what I draw. Oh, Chocobo! Okay, so I could play Toph, but since I didn't get a land, I'm gonna play this little chicken nugget. Land on top. Land on top! Do I want to go for that? Putting Nantucket onto a land is so nasty. Putting on Badger Mole Cub, it animates the land, it increases the amount they tap for, and this would increase the landfall triggers. I'm gonna put it onto the forest. Are they killing it in response? Well, not yet, so that's good. There's a bunch of ways to go infinite, doing like Springheart Nantucket onto lands that have been animated. Notably, it does not make creatures. If you pay the 2, it makes just straight up land tokens. I think this is the best earthbending card. Yeah, I think that if you want to play an earthbending commander, Toph is better. If you want to play a weird synergies commander, Metal Bender, first Metal Bender is going to be better for that. Okay, there's not a land. Okay, there is a land on top, but there's not a land on top for what this game cares about for lands. So we just make the forest funky huge. Yeah, let's make the forest funky huge. That's a 7/7. I like a 7/7 with double strike. Go get him! Bam. You like how this works against taxes? Yeah. Also, it's one of those cards that is so truly designed for Commander because it's the more times you have to recast it, kind of like Geode, kind of like there's a few of these, the more you get out of its effect. No matter what, the more you're paying for it, the better it is. If they tax you on it, that's fine. All right, so now, now comes Azula got to attack the turn. This might be my last turn. Unfortunately. Azula's scary. Okay, so they are sacrificing the already tapped artifact to draw 4 cards for 2 mana. in case of removal, I'm gonna actually triple block this. Oh, I guess any removal would get doubled though. Yeah, I should just not block. The way I'm seeing it is like, it might be hard for them to kill the forest. Okay, +3/+2 and trample. Is there also a double strike? This is one of those things where, like, if you let Toph hit, she can kill you because of things like this. Soar up? Sure! That's another +2/+2. Do you got a double strike in there? Nope, but Azula lives. She's also been untapped, which is relevant for, you know, Azula business. Big Azula. Swift Spear's teachings. Next creature they cast will get prowess or haste. Get a kill spell. Fading Hope. Oh, after I made such a big, beautiful creature. That's okay. Maybe I can go wide enough to take them out. I do not have enough to kill them off Lair of the Hydra. So we're going to make a 1/1. We're going to make a 1/1. And I'm going to tap this to play the Ozolith. Ashaya, help me. Force of Negation. Yeah, that's a spell. All right, so they only have 3 cards in hand. It's only 3. It's fine. Frostcliff Siege can give trample and haste, so even if she dies, she can come back. They are swinging in. Straight up not blocking. I don't trust like that. Monstrous Rage. It's always a good card. That's another 10 damage. It's 10 damage, but it can't stop me. We turn around, we swing in, and we win. They ran out of steam. Katara, Waterbending Master. This is the experience counters Katara. There's a cycle of experience counters cards. We actually have the Toph in this deck, and all of them are pretty cool. This one is going to be casting spells during my turn, counter spells, draw spells, bounce spells, any kind of spells, and those spells will then be drawing a ton of cards and then discarding just the one. I think that this is a very helpful card to have against them, this Cavern of Souls, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having some spells resolve. Hi, Katara. Yeah, this is mono blue tempo, which is dangerous. I'm gonna save this for next turn. I want them to not know about it. And play Fenrir to get a 4th land. Fenrir, find me... honestly, just more forest because I have this Nissa in hand. And we're chilling, we're vibing, we're hanging. Ooh, a Rumble. I'll name Human. Human. One moment. I want to put it on the forest. A bigger uncounterable Toph. And yeah, they're a mono blue tempo deck, so Cavern of Souls is good against them. Very good. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Toph did great for me. You probably noticed in this video, she wins a lot. She can get wins out of nowhere. But I think people will be learning more how to play against Earthbending, and it's also very matchup dependent. This type of deck can absolutely get bodied by some mid-range decks if it's not able to pull off that little bit of comboing here. That said, you could always put more ways to search for the lands, like crop rotation in, if that's something you are interested in focusing on. But in this deck, you know, I like to just do a little bit of punchy business, and I like a 4/4 that comes with a 4/4, or a 3/3 that comes with a 4/4 with first strike. That's just rad. I think that in general, mono green ramp and mono green landfall are a bit too pushed right now, which makes this deck very consistent in kind of a frustrating way. And animated lands themselves in these colors sadly does not actually have that much to do. You have a few very good earthbending cards. I wish I could have cast this Boomy during any of these games. He just never showed up in hand. But like The land stuff is very narrow if you're going for land creatures. So you really do need to broaden it into some sort of secondary theme, whether it's really benefiting yourself off of the modified creatures with things like Kodama, or if you're just, doing landfall, which is what I did. I think, though, that the card is strong, the deck is strong, and it's making lands hit people in the face, which feels great. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in just the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander from Avatar: The Last Airbender, please let me know. The other Toph I am planning on brewing, that is the first metal bender, that's the Naya Toph, but I need a few days to think of what I want to put in the deck. This one, kind of easy. That one, kind of tricky. Artifacts? I don't know artifacts. You guys have seen me draft Kaladesh sets. I don't know what's going on in there. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.